So ask Coach Cooch. Okay, so my son has been dating this girl for 2.5 years. I wasn't really okay with it because she was 26 and he was 22. Okay, so when they first started dating, the girl was 4 years older than her son. Okay, that makes sense. All right, I wouldn't probably like that either, though. 26 and 22, 26-year-old woman is way older than a 22-year-old man to me. Well, here we are, 2.5 years later. The issue started in May last year. My grandson was born. Okay, so now they had a baby. All right, and when her grandson was born, his girlfriend turned into a child all over again. Wow, you never know what having a baby will do for you. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. All right, so once her son's girlfriend had this baby, she turned into a child all over again. Meaning she was listening to everything her parents told her instead of agreeing with my son on things. Oh, I hope you're not one of those my son women. My son works out of town. So before the baby, he was staying with me, saving money for a place. And the girlfriend was with her dad, which I thought was odd because she is too old to be at home still. But anyway, my son got an apartment and paid up the rent for 12 months. So at 26 years old, or whenever the girl, y'all said they met 2.5 years ago. So the girl was like 23, turning 24. And you thought that she was too old to be living at home with her father. But they only 4 years apart. Your son was living home too. But your son was more like on a 18 side. I get what you're saying. Anyway, so because he didn't want her to have to worry about it, he paid up the rent for 12 months. Well, the baby was born in May. I found out in September that she went back to her dad because her dad didn't want her in an apartment alone while my son comes home every 3 weeks for a week at a time. So she has a son that has a job where he leaves for 3 weeks and he comes back for a week. Right? So yeah, her dad didn't want her in an apartment alone while my son comes home every 3 weeks for a week at a time. So he only comes home for a week and then he leaves for 3 weeks. That's basically what I'm getting. Okay, he must work on a docks or something. This pissed me off because I feel like she is wasting my son money. He could have stayed with me. Mom, don't start. Mom, that's the line I don't like. I don't like that line. He's wasting money because he could have stayed with you. Don't say that, Mom. I understand what you're saying, that he's only home for a week, so he didn't have to pay rent. But Mom, don't get involved with him trying to be a man and put his daughter, his kid and his girlfriend in an apartment. Don't get involved with that because you're setting him up to be irresponsible. If he want to be 22 years old and live away from home and have his girlfriend and his kid in an apartment, let him be. You don't want a son that's going to just stay home the rest of his life. Let him spend his money on his family. I do not like that part of the story. He could have stayed with me. It's very telling. Just remember that. We talked about this on Coach Cooch Morning. He could have stayed with me is very telling. Okay, I don't like that. I think that you're setting him up to feel like, oh, I'm not home, so I might as well just live with my son. If he wanted to put this girl in an apartment with his kid, he is doing the right thing. And at 22 years old, he want to live on his own. Let him. Even if he don't need the apartment, just let him. You don't want to get your son where he don't ever want to move out because he can stay with his mama. And then he's going to have a problem with taking care of his family later on. Right now, this girl could be going through something where she feels like she doesn't want to stay home by herself. And maybe the father sees something that you don't see. Parents know their kids, and parents know when their kids are severely depressed. Maybe the father sees that the baby mama is severely depressed, and then your son is not there for 3 weeks. So he's probably telling her, like, listen, come and bring that baby over here because I see you're very stressed out, and I don't want you to be in the house by yourself with the baby. And like I said, she might be suffering from postpartum. She might be going through something. So you're the mom, you're the boy mom. You don't know what the girl is going through because you're not her mother, and she's not going to share that with you. And she probably didn't share with the father, but the father probably can see, as a parent, you kind of could see what's going on with your kids. And he's 22 years old. He's young. He opened off that coochie right now. Okay, let's read the rest. See what happens to make you feel this way. Because you are a mom too. I want to see why you feel this way. The other issues are with my grandbaby whatever her parent says goes. Like, I have no say. So he can stay with her people for weeks at a time. But with me, it's always a time limit. I've offered everything. But she say her mom say, this is her mom, say that, and because of this, I no longer have any words for her mom. So she say her mom said this. Her mom said what? That the baby have to have a limit with you? Okay, so you have no words for her mom. I try to stay out of it because I don't want to stop my son from seeing his baby. This weekend, I had the baby. She brought him on Friday. I was going to drop him off on Sunday. Well, Saturday comes, and she called me and said that she was at my house for the baby, and I was caught off guard like, what? Now, the baby mama dead fucking wrong for that. You was supposed to have the baby till Sunday. She gonna come on Saturday to pick up the baby. She dead wrong for that. I don't like that. And I'd had to have a conversation with her about that, or to my son about that, because I don't like that. I am a person that I need to know what days I got going on. I don't need you stopping my days. I don't need you messing up my plans. My days are very planned out nowadays. So, don't like it. All right. So that's what happened. So she came for a Saturday. She called me and said she was at my house for the baby, and I was caught off guard. Like, what? She said she came to get the baby because she say some baby gas medicine in a picture. Oh, okay. So she said she came to get her baby because she saw some baby gas medicine in a picture I sent her on Friday. Oh, okay. So she saw some medicine in a picture that she did not like, and she decided to go and pick up her baby. I hear that. I ain't fucking bad at that. But I would have said something. I'd be like, I hope that ain't for my son, that gas medicine, because I don't give my son medicine. That's what she had to say, and let's see what happened. All right, so all she had to do was just pull up to my house. So I sent her a picture on Friday night, and I was like, first of all, don't just pull up to my house demanding shit and with an attitude. And furthermore, I have no clue. What are you talking about? I didn't give him anything. And she said her mom blew up the picture and looking at things in my home, and I instantly went left. Okay, so basically her mother, okay, so they basically probably was on the phone like how me and my mother do. And she probably was like, oh, the baby looked like he having a good time. And she probably sent her mom the picture. Her mom went and, scrolled through the picture and saw that it was some baby gas medicine. So where the hell the baby gas medicine came from? If you didn't give them to them, do you have other children in your house? Like, what the freak is going on? Where did the baby gas medicine come from? And all she had to do was ask about it. Like, where's the baby gas medicine? Who medicine is that? Because I don't give my child that type of medicine. Anyway, first of all, you accuse me of something I didn't do, and then you come to my house unannounced. Well, my husband heard her get loud, and he went off on her so bad. Oh, now the husband went off? Oh, boy, y'all shouldn't have did that. Your husband shouldn't have went off on her, because now she got a father, too. This could turn into real beef. And then your son is gone for 3 weeks out of a month, so this could turn into real fucking beef. I wouldn't even let my husband say anything to her. I handle the women, you handle the men. That's how me and my husband do it. But I understand. She probably was going off and your husband wasn't having it. He's like my father. Like, you ain't going off on my motherfucking house or on my motherfucking wife, bitch. That's how my pops is, too. He a Scorpio from the Slap-a-Hole tribe. Anyway, so he went off on her so bad, and now I don't know what she's going to do. Okay, so now you feel like the husband went off, so now you feel like they're going to take the baby rights from you. Oh, man, you might have to take that bitch to court. It's so sad. But for my freedom and her safety, I did let my son know I don't ever want to be around her. And because of my son said he is officially done with her. Oh, so now you told the son what happened. And now he said he's officially done with her. He said he is going to put himself on child support and get visitations. He's going to put himself on child support. No. I know you're not letting your son put himself on child support. I don't like that idea. First of all, I might be coming from a finance person / real estate point of view, but if he put himself on child support, right? I think he need to work this out with her a little bit, because if he put himself on child support, let's say it's $300 a month. that's going to go towards his debt to income ratio. And so then it's going to be like, first of all, most people put themselves on child support. They paying more than what the judge is going to give them. And then he's going to be having a high debt to income ratio. I wouldn't recommend him getting on no type of child support. I try to never get the courts involved with it, but do not put yourself on child support. All right, I don't like this. This just went left real quick. Do not put yourself on child support. Please don't do it. If she puts you on child support, great, but I don't want you to put yourself on child support because that's gonna mess up your debt to income ratio. You're not gonna be able to get nothing in your life with all that debt. He said he is going to save his money and take care of his child. I know it's a lot. My question is, how should I handle it when she calls me back? She has been calling me, but I have been ignoring her because I'm still pissed and I don't want to say anything. She could be recording me or anything, but she is too damn old to act the way she does. I don't want to make it bad for my son. Thank you. Another thing, when she came to my house, it was like she was pulling up to do something. I had an out-of-body experience, and I want to punch her in the face. I was really pissed. Okay. Thank you for that letter. And, it takes a lot to, let people know your business and stuff like that. So here's the thing about this whole letter, right? You are very involved, Mom. I didn't even think you had a man, honestly, until you said your husband. You're very, very involved. And I just think that you never liked this girl from the beginning. Let's be real, right? You never really liked this girl in the beginning. And I feel like you keep saying how old she is. She's only 26 years old. You're acting like she's 36 years old, messing with your 22-year-old son. I know you might feel like he wasn't ready to be in a relationship of that caliber because, like you say, he could have lived at home. He could have stacked his money. But the reality of it is that you don't like the girlfriend. That's number one. You got to work that shit out first because she's better than me. If you don't like me, you couldn't even see my child. So, she's better than me. I don't think you like the girl. And I think that you are really involved in what your son got going on with this girl. And I feel like your son is trying to do the right thing. But I think that both moms on both sides are way too involved with grown people stuff. Meaning that even though he's only 22, this little boy is grown now. This girl is grown now. And they have a family now. And they have to work out their family things going on. His mother is not helping it. And the girl mother is not helping it. They are too much involved. They are trying to take ownership of this little baby. And the reality of it is that that's not your child. It's your grandchild. And like I said, there is something going on that maybe you didn't put in a letter, but there is a vibe that you don't like the girl. So even if the girl is too young to understand that you shouldn't have nobody around your kid who do not like you, the girl mom is probably like, that lady don't like you, keep your child away. So she's looking for an excuse to keep her child away from you because she sees that you don't like her. And then she also sees that your influence on your son. Believe it or not, you have a strong influence over your son. And the baby mother sees how much your strong influence is. Your influence on your son is so strong that her parents are now starting to get more involved because they see that you're very much involved. And now your husband told her off too. So now your husband is involved. You understand what I'm saying? In order for them to work out their family dynamic, because I know you might not said, I didn't tell him that he shouldn't be paying rent, but deep down inside, I feel like you were telling him he shouldn't pay rent because she doesn't stay there. She's only there for she only came there and she left. Now you still paying rent for an apartment. And the reality of it is that that's none of your business, Mom. It's sad. And I know we want to get involved and we want what's best for our children. But the reality of it is that your son is trying to be a man and doing the right thing. He will learn. If she's unappreciative or if she doesn't deserve the apartment that your son is paying for because she want to go back home to her parents, he will learn that eventually. But it's not good for you to be involved. And you sound like a young mom, too. Like you young to have a 22-year-old. So it sounds like you weren't ready to let go yet. And he just went up and was like, Mom, I'm getting an apartment. I'm getting this. I'm getting that. And you're looking at it like, oh, you could have saved your money or you could have been helping me out. And I don't want you to look at it like that, because you're going to be holding your son back, not only from this girl. This might not work out anyway because they got a lot of issues, but from the next girl. You don't want to feel like, well, my mom, I can always go back home, or I don't have to have an apartment because my mother can take care of me. He want his own place. Let him have his own place. If they going through issues, let them go through issues. If the girl want to stay with her parents for a little while because her mind ain't right, let her. I'd rather her stay with her motherfucking parents than go ahead and try to kill my grandson. Or try to hurt him because she's not healed properly. Or your son is gone 3 weeks. Okay? That's just reality. That's a lot of time to be gone. And y'all know how I feel about fathers that are not around. Meaning that I love you, you know, and I don't know you, but I love you and I want you to know that your son is not around. 3 weeks. Once he had that child, it's time to find a new job. If we want to get technical. He has a child now. The kind of job he has is for a dude that ain't got no responsibilities at home. So if you're going to tell him something, tell him the right shit. The right shit is that he need to be home with his child. And he need to be home with his woman. He has a job. It's just like on Bell Collective, that show. Her son want to go away to school and he got 3 kids. You can't have certain jobs when you got kids. I'm sorry to say it. I'm sorry to say it. He cannot have a job where he could go away for 3 weeks. He's not a basketball player. He needs a job where he needs to be home with his kid, raising his kid. So deep down inside, her parents don't got no respect for your son or you. Because they feel like my daughter raising his kid by himself. They self. If you do not see your kids in 3 weeks out of a month, is that parenting? Let's be real. Is that parenting? No. So deep down inside, I'm going to tell you from being a girl's mom, okay? My mother is not going to hear shit if my husband's not home 3 weeks out of a month. I don't give a fuck what it is. If my husband went to work 3 weeks out of a month, my mother will be like, get your ass home because you ain't going to be in that house with that baby all day by yourself. So if you're going to give your son advice, give him the right advice. He needs to start looking for another type of job if you want to raise this child properly. Putting himself on child support is an excuse, okay? Babies don't just need money. Baby don't just need child support. A baby needs time. This lady needs help changing diapers. This lady needs help if she's asleep and that baby wake up. He can't have that type of job. She is overwhelmed. She's tired. You know what it means to have a baby? I have a husband home every night and that shit is hard. And my son 4. And when he was little, if I didn't have my husband in his alternative schedule, like you got nights, I got mornings, I'd have been finished. I'd have been finished. You understand what I'm saying? I would have been finished. I'm just being real with you. So talk to your son about changing his lifestyle, and then maybe they can get along better. That girl feels alone. And her parents ain't hearing it. Her parents is looking at your son like a deadbeat. So I want you to look at it from different sides of the coin. It's not all about what your son feels. You got to think about he laid down, he was grown enough to have a baby and lay down. Don't blame that girl for having a baby. And you're mad that she had that baby. But you know what? Your son knew what he was doing too. He put that warm milk in her and now she has a baby. All right? Mom, you got to think about that. It's time for him to change his job and work on this relationship with this girl because they do have a baby. And you can follow up. I'm sure you're watching and you can follow up with me. But the reality of it is that that girl needs your son. You and the mother need to stop getting involved because y'all don't understand their household dynamic. You cannot raise a kid by yourself. You shouldn't have to if you got a baby daddy. And he's not doing his part of the deal. So her parents are frustrated. And her parents really don't want their grandchild with you because you don't like their daughter. And you know what? I ain't mad at that shit because anybody don't like me is never going to babysit my goddamn kid. I wouldn't leave my kid with somebody that didn't like me with my enemy's pussy. It ain't happening. You better get out of my face with that. You don't like Big T, Coach Cooch, baby Cass ain't being at your house. And that's it. You won't be feeding my kids spit and punching them in their face because I'm going to kill everybody if that happens. So therefore, look at it from her perspective. Yes, I understand that what you're doing is, and I know what you're doing. You know your son ain't there enough. So you're trying to take the place of your son. But it don't work because she don't fuck with you like that. So that's not going to work. And you don't fuck with her like that. So you can't take the place of your son. Only thing your son could do is just be there for his motherfucking child and handle his motherfucking business. So get out of your feelings and get on the phone with that girl and let her know that, you know what? I'm going to let you and my son handle it. Whenever you're ready to drop my grandchild off, please do, but don't ever disrespect my house again. As long as you don't disrespect my house again, we will never have no problems. We'll leave the men out of this. And that's how you got to do it. You got to tell the truth to each other. And I would let her know. I feel like I probably was a little too involved with